Welcome back on Dynamod. Today I want to propose you a video about the unboxing review about the box of prey and panels of the Clementoni. I always wanted to try something like this because I made some real archaeological scavenging and so on about Paleolithic and so on, even deer, but never about such type of things, and I wanted to try. And okay, it's for children, but I need some of this for some project that I have in mind to use them for about conversion and so on. So I wanted to try. Here we can see the pieces that are inside, so we can find that are for each animal, and I quite like them sincerely, because as you can see we have 5 different animals. It's one of the reasons because I chosen this, because the size should be the same that for other trademarks, but I have 5 of them that are the Mammoth, the T-Rex, the Triceratops, the Smilodon and the Pteranodon. So I really wanted to try these ones because so have 2 dinosaurs, 2 mammoths and one of these flying reptiles. So it's something that I really wanted to test. So now it's only to open this and have quite a lot of fun. So we can open the box. Okay, I have done. And here we can find some things. We have the Pteranodon that it's like this, so it's yet not to scavenge. The utensil, so that we have these ones. Here are the instructions available. Here we have the T-Rex that is free, so it's okay, we don't have to make some efforts. Here we have this one. As you can see, there is the Mammoth. Here we have the symbol 1 about, so it's really quite intriguing. Instead, here we have the other 2 animals that are here the Triceratops and here the Smilodon. As you can see, there is such design on here. So now we have only to prepare about this. Suggestion: put this in some box so that you can put there. Use a bit of water so that you don't have problems about making spread around this powder. And remember another thing that you have to prepare. It's some gloves to manipulate, better not to devastate your hands, and a mask so that you can not breathe eventually some powder that are around. It's not so dangerous, but it's better to prevent some problems and so on, and some smell that remain on your face eventually. So now we go to open such ones. As you can see, there are quite a lot of mess, so you have to pay attention when you go to prepare. So it's something that you need the time prepare, and quite a mess around, because I said it's better to have a box. So about this, remember to have water so that you can clean and so on the things, and really it's time consuming, so pay attention, but it's a bit fun. And slowly but surely you can free the things. So eventually remember that you can rotate and so on, and you can use this one to create some efforts. And if you want to use a combination, remember that you have to put this one on a 45 degrees and smack like this so that you can excavate. You have to use the weak point to be able to do some things. So pay attention about such little things that can help. And finally I finished to free the pieces of the Mammoth, and you see there is quite a lot of mess around, so the box is essential. So now you have only to rinse the pieces, so to polish and take off the rest of the powder from the pieces and put them together. And then we can begin with the next one. And so also the Triceratops is done and the mess is rising. And now it's time for the Smilodon. And so here the Smilodon. Sincerely, that's been the most difficult one, maybe because I was tired for the previous ones. Anyway, here we have only to rinse this and have fun. And so here we have the pieces, the Smilodon, the Triceratops and the Mammoth. I have only to rinse again with some water so that I can polish the last residual of chalk that remain, and we are to build up. So here we have the utensils that are a little used, as you can see, so I used a bit to free the models from the chalk, but it was quite worth. Anyway, for the ones that say that this is an easy one, no, because I made quite a lot of efforts, and if you do one at a time, I mean one each day, because do the three together was wow, really quite crazy. The one I was most deluded about, it was the T-Rex, that it's quite nice, but it had a problem about the neck that I had to glue, otherwise it was not possible. Had to fix with a bit of patfix the head, otherwise it was a problem about keeping the positioning. And another thing that it's problematic, it's about the foot, that it's deformed and it's not keeping the positioning quite good. So this it's quite nice, I like a lot. Still there are quite some troubles about using this, so pay attention about such model. Luckily I had not to scavenge this, otherwise I would be a bit problematic. And one thing to remember about all the models is that they have some mold line that you have to clean. So remember about this. Sincerely, okay, I had 5 models this type and I have fun scavenge and so on, but they are not so great as manufacturers. So I like that they were cheap and they were a gift, otherwise it would be not so great. Anyway, they are nice to get some comparison about. The other model that was not in scavenger mode, but it was only to build up, it was the Pteranodon, that sincerely it's not bad at all, but it's totally different based on plastic design. You can see the other ones were textured, this one not. The wings can be moved and it's quite nice. The head has a problem about closing, it doesn't close completely, so I had to make some efforts to put it together, but it's not a problem. Here we have the jaw that can be moved, so it's nice. So it's not bad, but it's completely different taste from the other ones. So it seems that it's a completely different gamma and things from the others, really. It's nice, it's simple, because it's one of the simplest one to build up, but okay, it's nice and it's much bigger than I thought, because this I can say without any problem that it's the biggest. Okay, there is the wings that improve quite a lot, but it's really quite problematic in such a way. The first of the ones that I scavenged is the Mammoth, and sincerely I quite like this. You can move the head, open and close the jaw. So here you have these things. It's much bigger than I thought, sincerely, and it's not a bad thing, but I thought that it was quite smaller, sincerely. And okay, I think that I had to find some project to use this, because I thought it was a bit less, so a bit smaller. So I hope that I can find another use about this, but it's not bad. Then we had the second of the model that I scavenged. This one it's with the jaw fixed, so you can't move it, and it's the only one of all the sets. Sincerely, it's not bad at all, and it's not so big, but anyway, it's bigger than the Stegodon for the Seraphon. As you can see, it's quite bigger, but it's the set that I thought and expected. So this, it was the main reason, because I decided to make a project, and this it's one that you see quite soon. Now we had the Smilodon that it's with the head and the jaws mobile, as we have seen, and it's not bad. Sincerely, it's much better than I thought from the design. Sincerely, if we compare with the Triceratops, it's much bigger. So I don't know, but I can use these two for my project, I think, because they are anyway quite similar to use, a bit different but quite similar, so I can use them. Anyway, it's really quite intriguing to think about such one. I think that this is one of the most beautiful surprises in such set. Here I can compare the two fossil T-Rex that I had. This one put on another Halloween, and this that it's from the set, and it's much smaller. But there are different purposes, so it could be really quite useful, and it will be really quite intriguing to play with, or better, to use them, because they are going to be relocated to different conversion, and it will be quite intriguing. I wanted also to make a comparison with a Carnosaurus, and we can see that they are really quite similar, but this is a bit higher, and so it's something intriguing anyway, because it's not so dissimilar and could be used as a sort of different way to play with, maybe a parody of what it was for the Seraphon with the undead. It's really quite intriguing, no? And so here we can see the 5 models. We have so the Pteranodon, the T-Rex, this the Mammoth, the Smilodon, and the Triceratops. And we can see so the sizes, and it's not bad if you think about, because they are really quite close. The Mammoth is bigger than I thought, it's okay, perfect, but wow. Then there is the Smilodon and this. So they are really quite intriguing ones, and I'm quite glad to have received these, because they are something that you can really work with really quite nice options. So from Dynamod it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So I hope to see you again to the next time.